Child's pose. Cat. Upward facing dog. Draw the wrists back towards the toes and the arm bones back. Press yourself back into child's pose. Pull the heart through for upward facing dog. Keep the arm bones drawing back and even pressure between the palms of the hands. Child's pose. Bring the hips to the heels. Round through the back, upward facing dog. Exhale. Tabletop. Walk the hands over to the left. You're standing on your knees. Take the left hand over to the foot and keep leaning the weight into the right side body. Feel the shift of the weight through the thigh bones. Stay grounded through the kneecaps and through the tops of the feet. Walk the hands around to the right. Lean the hips to the left. Bring the right hand around for the foot. You're shortening your right side body as you elongate through the left side. Stay connected to your breath. Walk the hands back to center, tabletop. Step the right foot forward for a low lunge, and then open up to a variation of extended side angle. The left foot will swing behind you. You're stretching through the inner thigh of the right leg. The right hand comes to the back of the head. Lean your head back into your hand and continue to build stability through that right leg as you press the inner thigh into the arm. Straighten out through the right leg, side body stretch. Extended side angle. The inner thighs energetically draw towards one another. Reverse warrior. Still grounded through the left knee. Extended side angle. Reverse warrior. Take the right hand, bring it behind the hips, press the hips forward and lean the chest and the head back. It's a nice stretch along the left inner thigh, the front lines of the body. Keep the breath fluid, keep the breath present. Bring the hands to frame the right foot, straighten through the right leg, half Hanumanasana. Settle the rib cage down and soften the heart down to the knee. Bring the right hand to the inside of the right foot, swing the right leg around and press back into a child's pose. Cow pose. Cat, step the left leg forward. Spin the right foot behind you for a variation of extended side angle. Bring the hand to the head, lay the head in the hand, keep the breath full, keep the ribs expanding and the heart opening. Straighten through the left leg, side body stretch. Extended side angle. You want to feel the activation of the inner thighs coming into play as you ground down through the back knee. Reverse warrior. extended side angle, reverse warrior. Find a breath pattern that works with your motion. Bring the right fingertips behind you, reach back through the left arm and lean the hips, the tailbone forward. Draw the heart back. Oh, this feels so yummy. Walk the hands back to a low lunge, crescent moon, straighten through the left leg. Work to level off the hips by drawing the left hip bone back and the right sit bone forward. And bring the hands to the inside of the left foot and swing the left leg around for tabletop. Cat-cow. The right leg steps forward in crescent moon. Twist to the right, bring the hands to the heart. Draw the rib cage away from the thigh as you twist the heart up and open towards the sky. Curl the back toes underneath you, rise up to crescent, to warrior two. Star, hands come behind the head, skandasana to the back leg. A few breaths to strengthen the spinal column and the muscles that reside around it. Star to warrior two. Back to the front of your mat. Star, hands behind the head, skandasana. Star to warrior two. Star, skandasana. Narrow in through the front of the ribs, press the back of the head into the fingers, keep the elbows lifting. Star. Sit low into your horse. The knees like to collapse forward here, so actively pull the knees back, scoop the tailbone under and reach the arms forward. Breathe. Rich, deep, full breaths in and out. Rise up through star. Warrior two to a low lunge. Step the left leg forward for forward fold. Shake the head yes and no. Release any tension, bring the hands behind the ankles and draw the chest towards the thighs. Feel the belly touching the thighs and drawing away from the thighs every time you breathe. High plank, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Press your two thigh bones back, press the outer hips wide. Tabletop, the left leg steps forward. Crescent moon, back toes curl under. Revolved crescent moon. So lean the head back slightly. Stabilize through the left leg. Press the outer arm into the leg and spin a little deeper. Unwind. Crescent moon into warrior two. Level out through your sit bones. Hands come behind the head, star to skandasana back leg. Keep the sit bones spreading wide by distributing the weight evenly into each sole of your feet. Warrior two. Star, Skandasana. Star to Warrior Two. I'm not cueing the breath because I intentionally want you to find your own rhythm, flowing with your movement. Star, Skandasana to Warrior Two. Low lunge, crescent moon. Step the right leg to meet the left, forward fold. Halfway lift. Bring the shins draw them back. Press the thighs back and reach the heart forward. Flow through halfway lift, forward fold. Step back to high plank. Step the right foot forward to crescent moon. Open arm twist to the right. Roll out the wrist. Crescent moon. Up to crescent warrior one. From the hip joints all the way up through the fingertips, you're elongating the side body. Peaceful warrior, right hand grounds to the left thigh. Reach up with the left fingertips. Pivot the front foot, star. Pivot to the back, warrior one. Check in with the hips, bring them in line. Peaceful warrior, left hand grounds to the right thigh, right fingertips reach away from the sit bone. Pivot the feet, star. Sit deep and low into your horse. Drive those knees back. Rock the weight from side to side. Continue to build the connection with your breath. Notice your relationship to it. How is the body receiving your breath? Star to warrior two. Low lunge, back leg steps forward, forward fold. Rise up, mountain pose. Hands move through heart, dancers. Right hand grabs for the right foot. Try to keep the hips level, drawing the left kneecap down and lifting the right kneecap down, lifting up through the right hamstring. Mountain pose, forward fold. Inhale brings you to halfway lift, forward fold. Step the feet back, mid-plank to upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Roll up and over the toes. Lower the knees down to the earth. Step the left leg forward for crescent moon, open arm twist. Crescent moon to warrior one. Interlace the hands, reach the breastbone up, humble warrior. Hug the left hip up and under and spiral the right thigh up and back. Reach through the knuckles, rise up. Star, pivot the feet. Humble warrior to the back leg. oppositional energy as you reach the hip back. The arms are lengthening forward. Continue to stay grounded through the left heel, the right heel. Rise up, star. Pivot back to the front, low lunge. Back leg steps forward, forward fold. Halfway lift brings the spine long, forward fold. Mountain pose. Dancer, left hand grabs for the left foot, draw the knees to touch, curl the tailbone under and kick the foot into the hand. Supportive breaths in and out. Helps you maintain that focus, growing your concentration. Release, mountain pose, forward fold. Lead with the heart, try not to lead with the rib cage, halfway lift, forward fold. Step the feet back, high plank, mid plank, upward facing dog. Use the top of the feet and roll up and over for downward facing dog. Few breaths in down dog, reset, refocus. Lower the knees down to the earth. Come to sit on the heels, roll up and over the toes. Make your way to a seated position for fire log pose. A deep hip opener. If this is too much, find crisscross, applesauce, so the ankles and the shins cross in front of one another. Then walk the hands forward. The sit bones will widen, the low back, the upper back will spread wide. And how is the body receiving the breath? Coming out, the shoulders stack over the hips. The right leg will swing around for a variation of hero's pose. If it feels good to open up the throat, open up through the throat. Otherwise, come all the way down on your spine. And rearrange yourself so you get the most sensation across the top of the thigh. Let the ribs settle down, be supported by the earth. Let the shoulders be supported. And then to come up, press yourself up. Take the right leg, straighten it out. Single leg forward fold. Walking the hands over to the right just to intensify that stretch along the left side body. Keep the breath full and present. Sitting up nice and tall, draw the right leg up and over, plant it down on the outer left hip and seated twist. So as the chest spirals around, the belly draws away from the front thigh, supporting the length of the rotation. Unwinding, switching out the legs. The left leg comes on top. I like to help encourage that knee down. And begin to walk the hands forward and soften down through the trunk of the body. Breathe into the hips, to the inner thighs. Bring the shoulders to stack on top of the hips. That left leg will draw out for a half hero's pose. Coming all the way down to your back or finding that throat opener. And stay active through the breath. Stay present through the sensations that the breath is helping to generate and stimulate. Press yourself up. Bring the left leg around for a seated twist. Use that leg to find a deeper rotation through the spine. So I'm leveraging my spine around the central axis. Extend the left leg forward for a single leg forward fold. That right hand can grab for the outer edge of the foot. Exhale out the air. Begin to walk the hands up. Extend the legs out in front of you. Bring the hips to the heels and slowly roll the spine all the way down onto the mat. Legs up the wall. Plow pose. A deep flexion through the spine. You're working to shorten the space between the ribs and the hips and widen the space between the back of the shoulders and your sit bones. Compressing the discs on the front and widening the space between each of your vertebrae on the back side of the body. Shoulder stand. Wonderful way to restore the body. Let the heart rest for a moment. Deaf man's pose. That breath is being pulled into the back of the lungs, the space behind the heart. Slowly lower yourself all the way down to the mat. Rock the knees from side to side. Loosen up any tension in the low back. Let that rotation trickle its way up through the spine. Stacking the knees, simple twist. Knees fall to the left, arm opens up to the right. Draw the knees back to center. Knees to the right, arm opens to the left.